Okay, so today we are going to be doing a 6/7 month follow-up on our first card technical analysis breakdown. So this original video aired in December 2025, and it was a breakdown of cards I was looking at for upcoming gains or targets I was looking to collect or invest in, and focus was on sets from 2022. So with that in mind, on the left side of the screen here, we'll have the chart from 2025, which was 6 or 7 months ago, and on the right side we will have the chart from currently. Both these charts are off of Collector. We will also highlight a couple things like the gem rate and the pop. So let's dive right in. First card, as you can see, Astral Radiance. This is a Beedrill. Right around, you can see the price in December 25 is right at this peak, or right at this like trough that has been going across since April of 2025. So I thought it was a wonderful target. It was at the bottom here, coming off an all-time high. And now if we fast forward, it has regained that all-time high, surpassed it even for a PSA 10. So this is a pretty easy one in my mind. You see the bottom there, which was actually there. The top is coming. It should run past this and then repeat this over and over again. So high gem rate, medium pop. I love the art on this card, and so far it's been doing well. So this was one that we hit on. Here's another low-hanging fruit target. It's a Misty. It's a trainer card. It's an original 151 Pokemon. It's good art. Back there you can see we had retraced to this bottom. Now it has ripped out of there, closing up on all-time highs. $415, very close to that. Another medium high gem rate. Pop is higher than our last card, 10,000. This is from Astral Radiance Trainer Gallery. This is another one that we hit on. Okay, so not so much on this one, the Galarian Moltres. You can see we're at the bottom there. There's been a very small gain from that, minimal, if anything, so wasn't a loss. If we had picked up a couple of these, you'd be up maybe $10 to $20, but definitely did not run like I had hoped it would, and like the other two. However, this still remains a target for me because it's a really low entry point on a Moltres card that's getting old, 2022. So here's another one. This one did a little bit better. It was down off of the high of 100, probably roughly like $80. Now it's 130, so this one's up $50. It's an Articuno. It's a cool art, but another one that I'm going to count as a loss. Very low pop here. That's what's interesting to me, under 1,000. So we'll see if this card ever gets some love. If you're looking to try to get a good card that's primed to run, this could be one, but so far minimal gains since the prediction. This one is the opposite. This one ripped. So I went out and got one of these and actually just recently sold it, but I might regret it, and you'll see why in a second. This was way down here off of its all-time spike. Now look at that spike. We've passed it. Soaring past it. 21% gem rate, yellow border, right? These are going to be harder to grade. And then pop 425. It's Kingdra. It's an original 151. It's a trainer gallery. I like this card, but for me personally, there were other cards I liked more, so I basically did a double up on this, and that's not bad for 6 or 7 months here. Okay, here's a great example of when to enter on a chase card. Way back in December, it was way off its top of 1,200 for a PSA 10. Came down to this bottom. Now if we skip over here, that exact spot is here, and all it has done since then is blow past 1,200 right into the 1,500 range, and it looks like it's kind of forming another little area of consolidation there. So Is it too late to say you missed the boat? No, but that would have been a double up right there. Pop 25,000, good gem rate, so there's a lot of them out there. This one is one I missed on, so I think it is basically the exact same price it was. The Alolan Vulpix I thought was a super cool card. I thought it would get some love with the cute fans. It didn't get any love at all, but we'll see. Really low pop, under 1,000. Curious if we follow up on this in another year, if it's still a sub $100 card. Here's one that we did good on, the Rayquaza VMAX, this kind of black and gold style. Take a look at the difference here in the chart. As you can see, that was basically the perfect time to enter. Way off the top of 160, and we have blown past that. Up over 220. A lot of that Rayquaza hype is real, but we knew that set was coming out back then. Well, or less, at least there had been big rumors, so just another good time of entering when you start to see this level out on a big card. And if you pick the right card, not only will you retrace all-time highs, then you'll extend past it. Crazy high gem rate on that, by the way, 77%, wow. Here's one that's kind of grown slower than I'd hoped. Up here it was 90 off of that top in 2025. Now it's 100, woo! You know, we would take 10% gains usually, but relative to the rest of the Pokemon cards, not much. I still like this card. I still stand by the statement. It's gonna win some fans with the Cute Card Club, and it's a 151 Pokemon Evolution. It's 2022. Very high gem rate. Fairly low pop.
Welcome to the PTC Card Show.
We have Pokemon, Lorcana, and more.
Over 25 tables.
Entry is free.
See you at the Hilton Peachtree City.
So the next set we're looking at is Brilliant Stars. We have a great example of a Charizard card that you just always know Charizard cards are going to do well. So look at this in December of 25, way down here, somewhere about $180. It is right here on this graph. So you've seen some consolidation, and it has just ripped linear since then. I think it's gonna be a great card. I think I actually have mine for sale. I'm taking some of these cards that I had medium good gains on and just kind of rolling them into some other vintage and stuff right now. But normally my rule is it's a Charizard card, hold on to it. So speaking of, here's another one. If we're focused right here, from December, that is going to be right here, and once again it's just kind of taken off since then. This was roughly a $100 card, now it's about a $200 card, so notice a consistent theme with these PSA 10s. They're basically just kind of doubling up. A lot of really good gem rate from cards in this era though, wow. Alright, so we have the one rule with Charizard tax, we also have the Pikachu tax. So look, in December it was bottoming out, it kind of caught back into this line. That's going to be right there. It fizzled around for a little bit and then boom, just ripped. So this $100 card is now a $300 card. That's a great triple up. These are the perfect examples we're looking for. Cards that were kind of neglected just because they're not a VMAX or a chase card, but they have a big name Pokemon and a good art. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing flashy, but just an awesome, well-lit, kind of well-detailed Pikachu. So pop is low. That's another factor, right? Gem rate is high, but if I'm going out and buying raw cards to submit, I'm looking for cards like this: high gem rate, low pop. Brilliant Stars is super deep. I love a lot of these sets from 2022. Here's a great example of some of the trainer gallery cards. You got the Sylveon V, which in 2025 had just been retracing and slowly leveling out. That's going to be there, and it's just kind of ripped since. So 214, this was, I don't know, we'll estimate like a $120 card. It's more than doubled, so way to go, anyone who picked this one up. Same exact theme, there's 4 of these Umbreon, 2 Umbreons, 2 Sylveons. Same exact things happened. The Umbreon was off its top, came all the way down here. That's there, it's just kind of ripped. So a lot of these cards we highlighted from Brilliant Stars did very, very well. Same thing though, the pop is creeping up on this relative to that Sylveon. It's almost double. And then here's another trainer gallery. I think I just sold my copy of this a week or two ago, and I'm sad I did because it's just going to keep ripping. The art is so cool. But look at this great entry point back here, off its top, way down, way off, and all it's done since then is rip. Up to 470. Back there it was probably, oof, if this is 300, this was probably 150, so that's a triple up. These were our early videos, so I don't have all the prices marked there, but this is a triple up. That's exactly the stuff we like. That's why we do these videos. Another chase card. This was a perfect time to enter back in December, way off the top of 23, showing signs. We had seen this pattern, right? This is a classic, just cup and handle. And then finally, this would have been our entry point right there, up to 3,300. So from a dollar amount, that's huge. I mean, this was probably what, 1,800, so $1,500 gains. Wow. And even with this high gem rate, that 10,000, sub 10,000 pop for a chase card like this, with the artist Shinji Kanja and the amazing his art that comes with it, this is just going to kind of keep going. I do not have this in a PSA 10, and probably too late to the party to get one, but you never know. Maybe if there is any regression, I'll keep an eye out for it, but I'm not sure. So the Giratina was the chase card. Here's the number 2 from Lost Origin. Definitely not the same amount of hype as a lot of these other cards. Back then, it was sitting in the sub 300 or sub 400 range, which was roughly here. Flatline for a bit, and then finally now is getting some love up near 600. This should be $1,000 card in my opinion within another year. It's just too cool. All the different Pokemon in the background, the art, the Aerodactyl, the fact that there's only 5,000 of them out there. I have 2 of these, and we have been holding on to them for a long time, waiting for them to explode. So maybe someday that'll happen, but it would have still been a great time to enter. Nothing like the Giratina's gains, but you would have been up about $100 on it. Oh, the trainer gallery from Lost Origin. So deep and super underrated. These ones were just slam dunks if anyone got in on them. This was probably a $200 card back then. Way at the bottom of the level out, which is very common for this set, right? Boom, 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 boom. And then here, it had retraced, extended. Probably will retrace backwards soon, but look at that. Up almost near 400. You're gonna see a very common theme with all of these. This one exploded though, instead of, it was down here in the 200s probably. It's up there near 600, so this is probably a triple up. We've only had a few cards that triple ups, but very nostalgic for the old school collectors. This is very Ash and Pikachu. This one has been another winner. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, look at this gem rate on the black borders, right? 52, 65. Now let's go to the yellow borders. Ooh, 24. But boy, this would have been a great time to enter on this card if it had been around $200, $300. It's almost near 700. So if that was 200, that's a triple up. Here's another one from then. In 6 months, you can triple up. We have quote unquote playing the flute Gengar with just normal red eyes. I think this card will always do well because of that, and it's a Gengar, and it's hard to grade, and there's not many 10s out there. So here's a few more yellow border ones. This Pikachu is down near in the 300s, 200s. Now it's near the 800s. Another triple up. Same exact thing. Low pop, low gem. Let's move to the Charizard. Way off its top back here. This was such a good, easy signal to enter. It's hard to do it, right? The market's down. Everyone's feeling bad. They're saying, oh, Pokemon's getting printed into the ground. No one's going to like Pokemon. It's the same stuff they say for years and years now. maybe when the new printing facility starts cranking things out in late 27 or more likely 2028, I'll believe some of that. But until then, let's just keep looking at patterns, because that's what this data shows, is patterns over time. And a lot of these Pokemon cards are pretty predictable. So low pop, low gem, Charizard, finally now just retracing back up to that. It should kind of equalize for a bit and then rip again. And then here's another one, the Snorlax. The original Mosslax. Some questionable leaves here, right? They're just regular leaves. We don't know. He's going to town. Eyes are not open for neither of these guys. Who knows what's going on? Maybe some Gengar action underneath, but no. Pocopia push because of the Mosslax. This card was doing amazing anyways. It's hard to grade. It's low pop. But look at this. We could have entered here. Oof. 200, 180, and now it's 450. So almost a triple up there as well. So we had some misses on this, we had some hits, and we had some home runs. I like to be accountable of the picks we make, and there's going to be videos that are nowhere near as successful as this, but certain patterns with certain cards perform pretty well. So we'll do another deep dive maybe on the 2023 sets once we hit the 6-month mark on them. If anyone has any other ideas or requests, as always, let us know.